Welcome to the 18th episode of Not Fully Qualified. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Taylor, and this is Waffles.
And this is our girl Waffles. You can't see Katsu, she's out of frame.
She'll probably jump in here in a second.
And this podcast is all about adulting, figuring out careers, second puppy, building a life together, and everything in between.
And fully owning up to we have no idea what we're doing.
100%. So we skipped last week because it was cookie box week and it was a little hectic. So we're catching up on a few updates. You actually said that making the cookie boxes in a couple days was a win.
Yeah, because you nailed it.
I would say it was a whirlwind. I should have, after doing it for, I think this is my 6th year, because I think I've only started doing it when we started dating.
Yeah.
And you would think that I would plan it out better, but I don't know what happened. I guess just distracted with the wedding and Thanksgiving and all the things. But I usually have like a board saved on Pinterest or Instagram or something of ideas kind of that I save throughout the year, or at least the months leading up to it. And I did not do that this year. So I not only had to make the cookies, but I had to go through and find inspiration, and nothing was totally speaking to me, but I feel like I found some good recipes. And then I was expecting to start on Monday, but
I think you went crazy this year and did almost all new cookies.
Yeah, I did.
So unlike last year where you had some repeats.
Yes. And one year I think I did almost all repeats. Maybe it was like 1 or 2 new ones.
Which
like
gives you the benefit because they like know what you're doing.
100%.
Rather this time you're just kind of all new.
This is me every holiday and every cookie box that I'm like, why am I doing all these new things that I've never tried before? Because I have a lot of notes. Actually, well, some of them turned out really well, but some of them I have notes for of what I would improve. But I guess just because I never really make cookies that often, so for me it's kind of fun to try new things, even though in the moment I'm usually like, why did I choose to do this? It's so stressful. But I went grocery shopping Monday, and then I meant to start doing more stuff. But yeah, Waffles Tail. There's a WWE right now happening. And then yeah, I made all the cookies. I always do 6 every year, which I don't know why I chose that number either. And I think I made pecan pie cookies, which I think were our favorites.
I think that was a crowd favorite.
And they kind of reminded me of sort of like a crumble vibe because they had that huge mound of the pecan pie filling.
I think it would have been better if it was like spread out amongst the whole cookie rather than just a glob in the middle.
Yeah, but look-wise, I think it looks better when it's in the
I
middle.
mean, the pictures look a lot better than what
spreading it wise is kind of hard. That would make the whole cookie really sticky.
Yeah, but I think it would just like, it would
eating wise
eat better.
Easier, yeah.
It would just eat better.
Look wise,
and then the center part of the cookie got way too thin, and it would like fall apart.
Well, it's because there's an indent for it to go
I know, so if you didn't indent it and
you're
just
basically saying just to make a bar.
No, it's a cookie.
Yeah, but like a cookie bar is what you're saying.
I mean, so are you saying crumble? Are you saying crumbles are bars? Crumble cookies are bars?
No, but they don't do thick fillings like that. Like they don't necessarily.
I'm not saying a thick filling. Maybe just like a over the top, like a sugar cookie.
You're not listening to my idea. So my idea is a bar because you said you wanted the top to go the whole distance, the whole thing. That only works with like a bar.
No, I mean, okay, well, I'm just looking at a crumble cookie, like the one we had, circle cookie, and it was like.
Yeah, but it didn't have like the pecan parts of it. That's just frosting.
I know.
Frosting is way easier to spread.
Yeah, I think you could make it work, maybe.
I would just do a bar at that point, because at that point it's like way easier just to make it flat and then just cut it.
I guess aesthetically, yeah, I get it.
Then our next one was, at least I think, the white chocolate brownies.
Yeah.
Which almost was like a cross between a butter cake and a brownie texture.
Yeah, I don't know how much white chocolate flavoring I got, really.
Yeah, but white chocolate takes on the flavor of, you always say this every time, but white chocolate takes on the flavor of everything else. So because there's nothing else other than basically butter. That's why it kind of tastes more like a butter cake.
Mm.
It's never going to taste like the white chocolate unless you just have white chocolate on
Yeah.
it. Hey, can
Katsu,
you not bite that?
come on.
And then I liked the almond croissant bars. I don't think you liked them as much as I did.
They didn't do anything for me.
They taste like, I mean, they didn't have like the flakiness of a croissant, but I liked it because it had that really powerful almond paste flavor.
I didn't think so. I mean, it definitely tasted like almond, but it didn't have like that mouthfeel that you get from a almond croissant.
Well, it wasn't flaky.
Yeah, but like that buttery, that like cream filling that you like, that
It's
one
like
almond
the same
croissant.
thing. Yeah.
I would have to try that
I
almond
think
croissant.
I forget how it's pronounced, but it's like franzipan or franzipan, something like that. But it's like the same thing.
All right, maybe I was wrong.
And then I made these Christmas monster cookies, which were kind of like everything but the kitchen sink. So they had pretzels, butterscotch chips, chocolate chips.
Those are good.
M&Ms, peanut butter, coconut.
I think if they were a little like flatter.
I think they need a different base.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think if they were a little bit more of like a soft batch peanut butter.
Yeah, because they're kind of dry.
Yeah, I think they were. Again, I just used a new recipe, so I feel like they're a little dry and
like
dense.
you said, if you did your soft chocolate chip cookie base and mix
like
everything in, it would have been way better.
Yeah,
I agree.
They just needed that melt in your mouth kind of texture. And then what were the other ones that I made? We'll go into butterscotch potato chip at the end, but and the coffee cake. It was supposed to be like I don't remember this reference, but it's supposed to be like Gilmore Girls coffee cake cookies, and I haven't watched that show in forever, so I can't remember if there was like a famous coffee cake or a famous coffee cake cookie that was in it. Those were good, but I feel like they spread really flat when they baked. And so I would almost like the pecan pie cookie base that was like kind of more dense.
We're getting a really good game of tug here. I'm getting really distracted.
You are getting really distracted. I need my co-host here.
But they never play tug this well. Look at them.
They actually do this, but usually you aren't home.
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
They've gotten better about it. But I think if it had the pecan pie base, like it's held up a little bit more firmly and with kind of like that chewy texture, and then you put the crumble on that, I think that would be better.
Yeah.
Because they were good, but just they spread so thin and they cracked a lot.
We had some votes on that one.
Yeah, well, there were a lot of people who liked that one. I think because coffee cake is pretty popular.
Yeah.
So yeah, there were a lot of votes, but I think that one could be better. Like it was good, but I think it could be better. And then I guess we'll just go into my butterscotch potato chip cookie,
which was the #1 cookie for 2 years now.
Yeah, it was really disappointing because I haven't made it in a year, so I didn't remember all the steps. But I had the bright idea, and I mentioned this in the Fail Forward last Friday, that I was going to use AI to come up with a master grocery list to help me schedule each day out of what I should do, what cookies or bars will hold up the best, so I'll make those first. I had it do a lot of things, and I'd say, I mean, for the most part, it was probably like 80%. It did things well, but it did end up missing a few ingredients that I had to go on Thursday, the last day I was baking. I had to go get more ingredients because it just skipped a few. And then it did give me, what was the other thing? Oh, some of the conversions it gave me. I asked it to double a few recipes, and then I was looking at it, and it wasn't doubled. And then I would correct it, and it would be like, oh yeah, you're totally right. It's like, what? So
Which AI were you using?
I was using Perplexity. I mean, because I toggle between Perplexity and Chat GPT, but I've been using Perplexity for a lot more things, so I just had it in there. And then, unfortunately, it also
Which AI messed up, Perplexity or Chat?
Perplexity. It messed up the butterscotch potato chip cookies because I put all 6 recipes into the system, and then I had it give me a schedule of what I should make each day and just give me those instructions and those ingredients. And it just completely skipped a few steps, which I didn't realize until after they came out and weren't how they usually look. And pretty crucial steps. Like it didn't tell me to leave out some of the potato chips to roll them in. So I stuck all the potato chips in, which definitely it's a dry ingredient. So obviously the dough is a lot more dry. I also ran out of dough. I had to actually make more that day because I just had like potato chips and butterscotch chips, and I was like, this is weird. So that was already when I was thinking something's not right. And when I was rolling it into balls, it just felt really dry. And then it also told me a much longer bake time. So even though I underbaked it according to that bake time, it was at the max of what the actual recipe said to do. And then the final step was when it comes out of the oven, you should flatten them, and that makes like a denser, chewier cookie versus this puffy, airy, drier cookie. But I didn't know that until after I was trying to figure out why they didn't taste very good and didn't look the same as they usually do. And it was those steps. So I was really bummed. I actually brought extra ingredients on Thursday to hopefully remake them, but I just ran out of time. So I just had to use them. I really wanted to trash them though, because they were not that good. I mean,
They're
yeah,
not bad.
they're not the worst. They're not disgusting. They're not inedible, but they're just really dry and not how they should be. So that was disappointing, especially because I know how good those ones could be. But I got it done, and then you were able to take some to work on Friday. I was able to ship a bunch out to some family and friends who it was supposed to. I got there like 5 minutes before the post office was going to close, and I'm just frantically trying to get them in boxes and get them out. And then it said it wasn't going to arrive till December 26th, and I was like, dang it. But there's nothing I can do. But thankfully, actually, a lot of people said they actually got it yesterday or today. So that's exciting. I'm glad they somehow Santa delivered early.
Santa came through.
Even though I think some I don't know if the cookies totally held up in the shipping process. And we delivered the rest to other extended family over the weekend, which was fun. So overall, survived.
Cookie Box 2025.
Cookie Box 2025. We'll see if there's a Cookie Box 2026.
At this rate, it sounds like you're not wanting to.
I said if we have kids, there's no way I would be, because it was already hard enough with Katsu, and we'll talk about some of her things going on. But it was already hard enough with Katsu. I can't imagine trying to do it with a baby. Oh.
Give me just a sec. And we're back.
And we're back. Okay, so speaking of Katsu, we have a few. Let's start with a win.
Do we have any wins?
We do have a win because, okay, so a couple episodes ago, I think I mentioned how our vet was saying that we really need to socialize her because she seemed really scared of the vet. But in my mind, of course, she's scared of the vet because when she had that ear infection and they made me leave her with the vet for 3 hours.
Yeah, and that was like when she was a puppy.
Like that didn't help at all, I'm sure. So of course she's like, strangers are scary and they touch my ears, and I just wanted my mom. So the vet had said, yeah, you really need to prioritize socializing her because otherwise it can turn into fear aggression. And I was like, what's fear aggression? So looked it up. Definitely don't want that. It's just, it's just when dogs are afraid of other dogs or strangers, but they act aggressively. So there's a lot of barking. There's potentially biting, like none of the things we want, especially for a standard golden doodle who might be the same or even bigger than Waffles.
I think she's gonna be bigger than Waffles.
That's a lot. I think she's gonna be bigger than Waffles too. So that's a lot of dog to be aggressive. Don't want that. So it's been tough because it's been the holidays and people have been getting sick. So it's just been challenging to have people over to socialize with her. But we did have some people over last weekend. I think we had 3 friends over.
Yeah.
And one of our friends even was able to bring his dog, which was okay because she doesn't really go to daycare or dog parks or anything like that and is fully vaccinated. So it's funny because his dog Athena, who's about the same age as Waffles,
Same
actually,
age,
but
same
she's
age.
a lot smaller. She's
She's the same age as Waffles, maybe like a month
she's only she's
older.
also a doodle mix, but she's much smaller. She's like 20 pounds.
Yeah,
maybe.
25 pounds max.
So, well, Katsu is already bigger than her, and Katsu's like 25 right now.
Yeah.
So that was a good experience because it took her a little bit to warm up, and Waffles' tail is just. Sorry for the video, but Waffles' tail keeps going in the frame.
Her feather duster.
Feather duster tail. But then she was ending up playing a lot with Athena, which was good to see. And then she's still kind of scared of people, but she was occasionally going up and sniffing them, which is kind of what you can hope for. Also, an AI tip, which take it or leave it, since we know AI makes mistakes now, but AI said.
AI also said that Katsu would be good in 4 days, and she's not.
Yeah, well, you mean with the sleep training? Yeah. But
So.
I mean, it's also a little. I'm sure it has something to do with us too. But AI said to have them ignore her and take off the pressure. So we're trying to work on that. She definitely still isn't a huge fan of strangers, but she was getting better. She was making progress.
Yeah, I think.
And
for being a 4-month-old dog, 3.5-month-old dog,
she was sniffing them instead of just running away from them.
That's pretty good.
So I think that was huge. And then we also got to take her over to your parents' house, and it's nice because they have a bigger yard than us. So, and they have a golden retriever who's a year older than Waffles, and Katsu did really well.
Yeah.
She
was playing a little bit.
She was playing a little bit, getting in the mix.
She's more so just following Waffles around.
Yeah, just like a little sister would.
Yeah.
She was kind of timid and not wanting to explore the backyard until Waffles was, and then she was getting a little bit more brave. And she was starting to do it on her own a little bit too towards the end. And then a couple of our nephews were there, so she got some exposure to kids and your parents. And I think we're unfortunately supposed to rain on Christmas, which is only a bummer because we're planning on bringing the dogs. So
I think the dogs will still come.
Yeah, I think the dogs will still come, but I would just love if it wasn't, so that wasn't raining, so that we could play outside and not get totally gross. But for the many fails that we have with Katsu, she's getting a little better. She's woken up at 3:30 once, but then the next time was 4:30, and then actually last night was 5.
Yeah, just after 5.
That's the latest she's ever.
Yeah, that was nice.
And she still pretty much barked until 6 because we're trying to have her wake up time be 6, but that's still a big.
And then
jump.
Once she gets to 6, we'll get back to our 4:30 wake up calls, and then she's gonna be.
I know. I wanted to give into just doing our 4:30 again, but we were just thinking about how my parents are gonna come and watch the dogs while we go on our honeymoon.
She needs to be able to sleep late
in a couple months, and they stay up late and wake up late. So I think they would be not happy if she's waking up at 3:30 or 4:30. So we're trying to get her to sleep till 6, but we haven't been totally successful yet. But at least we're
almost there.
We're making a little bit of progress each time. I mean, 5 is huge.
Maybe tomorrow morning we'll be at 6.
Maybe there's a Christmas miracle where she'll sleep until 6 on Christmas. And then her latest really bad habit is that she started counter surfing, and it has been
big time.
Biggest pain in the butt, and it's all because she got a piece of steak the other night that you were cutting.
A whole New York. Almost took a whole New York.
Oh, I thought it was just a little.
No, it was the whole thing. The whole thing. She took, just like Jinx did, the whole thing right off the counter.
Our pets. Well, that just immediately triggered, okay, jumping on the counter equals a whole steak. And so she jumps on the counter constantly, and we're constantly trying to tune her off. And I'm sure you're supposed to do it before she even jumps on the counter, but that's really challenging when you're trying to make a bunch of cookies. So it's been a lot. I've been having to actually put her on a leash and then tie the leash to the baby gate so she can't reach the counters. Was the only way I could get through the cookie boxes, because she's constant. She constantly does that. So that's the latest one that we really hope to work through, because we don't want that. And she's tall enough to do that too.
It's only gonna get worse.
It's only gonna get worse. And then, what other we have a lot of fails. Oh, Christmas gifts not arriving on time. Oh, yeah, kind of similar to when we had that Christmas party at our friend's house, and
I ordered them all within
your
time. Like the white
white
elephant
elephant.
for our friend's place, I ordered
Yeah.
it a week out, and then this
Yeah, that's
Christmas
Christmas.
I ordered it like probably a week and a half ago.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Is it through Amazon or through?
No.
Okay.
Not
Your
through
other
Amazon.
one was through Amazon.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah.
So pretty crappy. I mean, I still have
hopeful.
hope that it can maybe land tomorrow.
Yeah. If my cookie boxes can make it, if they can be shipped Friday night, Saturday morning, and arrive on Monday with Sunday being off,
That's
like
pretty good.
Your
Yeah,
packages should definitely arrive.
maybe.
And then my fail is
United States Postal Office. Let's see if they
have a tracking.
Yeah.
That's who I shipped my cookies through. So hopefully they come. But my fail is that I've been meaning to. I kind of was expecting to be able to wrap gifts this week, but
Katsu,
can you stop looking at everything? But I still have not done that yet. So, but I made a cookie jar, a cookie dough, an Oreo trifle for dessert for Christmas Eve, and I have to make an appetizer, which I'm busting out the meat grinder that we got as one of our wedding registry gifts by myself, which I'm a little bit nervous about. Taylor's not even going to be here.
It's so easy.
And I'm going to grind the meat for these meatballs and then make the meatballs tomorrow. And then I don't know why I signed up to do all of this, but Christmas, I'm planning on making cookie butter cinnamon rolls, and I just got my slipper taken by this land shark over here. And I had to go to 3 different stores just to find cookie butter because it was sold out everywhere.
Is everyone making cookie butter stuff for Christmas?
I guess so. And I also made the mistake of getting groceries Monday of Christmas week, which I don't know that I have in a very, very long time. And it was insane. Every single store I went to was so crowded, lines everywhere, a lot of things sold out. Like, it's been crazy. But I found it, and so I have that. And then
When are you gonna make all that tomorrow?
Making the meatballs, and I'm making the meatballs tomorrow, obviously, because they're for tomorrow. And the trifle's already done for tomorrow. And then the cinnamon rolls, I'm just making it Christmas morning. Because it said...
Well, you're not going to have any presents to open Christmas morning because they're all
I'll have plenty of time to make these cinnamon rolls since I have no gifts.
Yes.
Santa skipped our house.
No, there's a couple gifts, but not the good ones.
I must be on the naughty list.
Maybe.
And then we've had this little homeowner complaint, but we've had a fridge leak again, which we've had in the past, and I think we had this a year ago, didn't we?
Yeah, it was right when your parents were here, I think.
Every time my parents are here, there's something else that breaks. I don't want to tell them that they're bad luck though, because then they won't come and watch our pets. But yeah, just a leak in the fridge. Thankfully not under the fridge, but literally inside the fridge. And they came a couple weeks ago and cleaned out the drain or something like that, and said it was because we have hard water that this buildup happens. And then they fixed one of the heating elements, but then it started leaking again. So he cleaned it with a longer hose, I guess, which I'm also kind of like, why wouldn't you just do that?
Yeah, why wouldn't you do that the first time?
Like, if you're going through all this trouble, and last time we had to defrost the fridge, so at least I didn't have to do that this time. But a lot of stuff got pulled out, and there was a lot of water on the ground that I had to clean up. And yeah, so hopefully it lasts this time. We don't have any leaks, but
I hope.
We were just saying how, I mean, it's so nice. So we have a built-in refrigerator, and it looks really nice. But our tried and true fridge from however many years ago you've had it.
2016.
Never had any issues with that one, and
Probably
the
bought
built-in
that.
fridge
Probably
we've
bought
had,
that
like,
fridge in 2016.
I feel like the built-in fridge we've had an issue with every year.
2015, 2016. I bought it off Craigslist. And
Yeah,
me
and,
and my,
and it's like that probably was somebody else's fridge for like 10 years.
yeah, the fridge is almost 10 years old now.
Yeah, I was saying if you hollowed it out, you could probably survive like a
Easily.
nuclear
Easily.
bomb.
They don't build fridges like that anymore.
That fridge has had zero maintenance done
Zero.
to it, and it's had zero issues, and all the food gets moved to that
Zero
fridge.
maintenance, and it's like the backing, the internals have never been cleaned out.
No.
Like the fridge, the inside of a fridge is clean. I'm talking about like the outside workings.
Right.
Never cleaned it. Nothing.
Yeah, like the vent or
the
whatever.
vent, yeah.
No.
This works.
And that thing's probably gonna be working long after.
It works. It's
and
bulletproof.
It's funny because you were like, "Do we get rid of that one?" And I was like, "There's no way we can get rid of that one because this one still like it has issues at least once a year."
It's like $150 off Craigslist, delivered to the apartment.
Yeah, best $150.
Best $150 you ever spent. That thing costs us pennies now, like literally pennies.
Like percent of pennies.
Yeah.
Percent of pennies. And it's nice. I mean, it is just nice to have an extra fridge, especially when you have big events and stuff like that. But for the purpose of basically being the backup quarterback to our aesthetically pleasing fridge that has a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tried and true. And then the last, I mean, I wouldn't even say this is a fail for me because I don't think
I think you've done everything right.
Did anything wrong. But the update on our marriage license, which is like questionable if we're still legal, if like we're legally married yet, it's like who knows. So a couple episodes ago, or maybe in a fail forward, I had mentioned that when our officiant and friend Danny filled out the marriage license form, he wrote NA under religious affiliation, and apparently the state doesn't accept that, which is so dumb. They only accept non-denominational, and they don't even write that on the side. They literally write religious affiliation parentheses for clergy, and it's like he's not that. So I would think NA is fine too. And then they're like, it's in the fine print. It's like, okay, the fine print's not even on there. Like the fine print's on like page 72 of some other attachment. You know, it's like who reads that? So dumb. And anyway, so they sent me all these papers back saying that we had to do this like amendment, and I had to get a form notarized, and it was just such a pain in the butt, and we had to have him re-sign all the things. I send it back. They also said we owed
Katsu,
no, come here, baby, no. All right, well, that was the look of two parents seeing their puppy just squatting and peeing on the carpet. So potty training is, I think that was her second accident today.
And we're diligent about it.
And we just let her out before we started recording. And this morning I let her out 30 minutes before, and she went potty.
And we've only been recording for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
I can't keep up with her.
I think because maybe she's drinking a lot and she's playing a lot, so maybe that's why.
The timer just went. It's like at this age, I think she's supposed to be able to hold it for multiple hours. And she just lets loose. Her going outside though did remind me that the other fail is that she's been eating gravel.
Did she go out to eat some more?
Because lately she's been, after she goes, when we go down the stairs, and then she gets her zoomies a little bit around this table, and then but she goes to that same spot, which is right by Taylor's smoker, because I think it has, you know, a little bit of the scent or the taste of some drippings that have been there. And the other day I didn't think about it, but I had them outside playing when I was making cookies, and I think she just went to town on the rocks, because then we were finding a lot of rocks in her poop.
Have you found any recently?
No, I haven't found any today.
Good. So they're all out?
I think they're out. But she 2 times today when I've come down, she's had her little zoomies, but she only does a half circle, and she goes straight to that spot. And I've sprayed the sour spray, but I don't think it lasted.
We might have to put a little fence up there again.
Yeah.
Like we did for the bushes.
Oh, yeah. When Waffles was tearing up the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Our poor backyard. I think when you have dogs, you just have to accept that you aren't gonna have a nice backyard.
Yeah.
Although your parents do, but I think for our dogs,
Yeah, but they tend to it with their
yeah,
we do.
yeah, they tend to it, and they only have one dog, and I don't think she's nearly as crazy as
No.
either of our dogs.
No.
But back to the marriage license story. So I submitted all the amended forms. I sent it back. Actually, this time I remembered to scan it. And so I scanned everything. And then all of a sudden, I get back another letter with my check saying that I made the check out to the wrong department. And I'm like, what? I made it out exactly what the form said. I was very paranoid about messing anything up on the form again because it already took a month to get that denial back. And then I don't want it to take even longer. So I call them because they're like, you need to make it out to this other office. So I call them because I'm like, I just want to make absolutely sure because I copied the office name from the form that you gave me. And they were like, you sent it to the state office and not the LA. You made it out to the state and not LA. And I'm like, I wrote exactly what it said on the form. And they're like, I was telling them what form it is. I even pulled it up from my scanned document. They're like, oh, that's a state form. I'm like, well, the state form was for some reason in the forms that you sent me to fill out. They're like, no. The state form wouldn't be in there.
This just makes.
I'm like, I didn't randomly go look up the state form and print it and decide to make this whole process even longer and more of a headache for us. This was in the forms that you sent. And they're like, no, that's not possible. And then the lady remembered my last name because it's pretty unique. And she's like, oh, I'm actually the one who, because I'm like, I don't know who it was, but I'm just saying whoever sent me these forms, put it in there.
You're the one that processed this paperwork.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not saying it's you. I'm just saying whoever did that. And she's like, oh, I remember your last name. I'm the one who did it. I'm like, okay, well then you're the one who
put the wrong form in.
And she's like, I know 1,000% I did it. And I'm like, I literally have every form scanned from what you sent me. And I sent it back. And she's like, well, we have what you sent back. I'm like, okay, great. Then like, let's pull it up together. And then she said, supposedly it wasn't in there. And then I was like, okay, well, I mean, I don't tell you.
Riddle me that.
Yeah, it was in there. But again, I'm just calling because I want to make absolutely sure that I don't mess anything else up to extend the process. So is this the correct, address and office to make the check out to? And then she's like, well, let me chat with my supervisor. And then I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden I'm just transferred to the supervisor, like without, like, she said she was going to go talk to her supervisor. Then the supervisor answered and she's like, hello, can I help you? And I'm like, I didn't realize I was being transferred to you, but yeah, okay. Here's the situation. I'm just calling because I want to verify that I'm making the check out to the right office because it was on this form. And she's like, oh, we don't even carry the state forms in our office. I'm like, okay, well, somehow you do because it came with the rest of my other forms. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It was literally in the form. So anyways, that might have been a blessing in disguise because then she looked into it and she was like, okay, well, what's your officiant's official title? I'm like, I don't know, officiant? And she's like, well, that's kind of a broad term. I'm like, okay, I don't. She's like, okay, well, can you ask him and can you call me back? And I can make a notation on the original form with the exact title because he just wrote officiant. And then we can push your marriage license through. And I'm like, okay, is the marriage license not approved? Because that also wasn't in this only the check came back. It just said I made the check out to the wrong people. It didn't say the marriage license.
This is such a cash grab. That's all.
Not approved. And then so she's like, she wouldn't really answer me. And then so anyway, so our officiant got back to us. I told her the title. It was like Minister
of Peace or something.
Minister of something. And then I call her back and then she's like, okay, great. Yeah, we can just make a notation for the state and we can just push this through. I'm like, okay, well, is there any need to push that through? Because I also did the amendment. So is the amendment approved? And she's like, oh, well, you wouldn't need to do the amendment. I'm like, okay, well, I already did. I already sent that in. So, and she's like, yeah, we have it right here. I'm like, so is it better to go this route because the amendment makes it messier? Or like, I'm so confused. Is it not approved? Is the amendment not approved? So anyways, I'm still not clear. But basically, they were pushing it through, and then
Whatever that means.
apparently we already, which I remembered us prepaying for copies when we
did
first did it. But when I called before I was submitting the first time submitting the marriage license, because it said you make a check out to this, and I called and asked them because I'm like, I'm pretty sure we already paid for this, but they're like, no, you didn't. So yeah, so then she looked it up and we already did. So I'm like, okay, great. So she's like, now you don't need to send any check. So I'm like, cool, but also just like I'm so confused. Like this seems like the craziest process ever.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that our marriage license comes soon. I mean, it still hasn't, but
Jeez.
What a pain in the butt. They make it really difficult and not a fun process.
No, stupid.
So we may or may not be married. I mean, I think we are. Hopefully.
Jeez.
But yeah, so I think that wraps up.
What a broken system.
Yeah, definitely broken system. You were saying that they're lucky that they were talking to me. I didn't raise my voice at all because I was like, I'm not accusing anybody because I don't know who.
I would have gotten so mad at that lady. That was like,
together.
yeah, I remember your name.
But then when she was like, I'm the one who did it.
And then I didn't put that paper in there. I'd been like, yeah, so lady, I went to your guys' website and found this paper and printed it out myself.
Yeah, why would I go and did the wrong thing?
Yeah, why would I do that? What sense does that make?
Like, if you sent me all the documents that I needed to do, why would I go print out another random one and stick it in and then make a check out to that? Like,
they don't even, do they even have those documents available to the public?
I have no idea.
Right.
I wouldn't really think that too many people would do it because I think when they send you their kind of rejection back, I think they send you they send me a bunch of forms. So it looks like they send you all the forms you need.
Yeah.
But who knows how this mystery state documents, because LA, of course, has to be their own headache.
Who knows?
You can't go along with the state. But anyways, what a pain. If you're getting married in California, just
beware
that they don't make it easy.
Make sure you know how to fill out the forms.
Yeah, make sure you know how to fill out the forms so you don't get rejected and have to go through this whole thing. So amended or not amended, who knows? Hopefully we get our copy soon. Months later.
And we'll be married.
Yeah. Should we celebrate again?
Yes. We'll have another ceremony and reception.
And we actually did Christmas cards this year, which we were kind of going back and forth on because they're kind of more expensive than we thought they were going to be. And we decided to send it to our, basically everyone who came to the wedding because I feel like they all.
Yeah, it's a nice touch.
Yeah, it's a nice touch. We didn't have any of our professional photos back yet, so we kind of just had to use like the photo booth pictures. That's kind of all I had, or pictures, someone took from a side angle, but I think it worked.
Yeah.
The one thing that I was kind of regretting that I didn't do was, how everybody puts their kids' ages. I wish I would have put our pets' ages at the bottom in the back.
Next time.
Well, I think that's all of our updates. The next, I think we're going to be taking next week off so that we can do some 2026 goal setting. One of the things that we did last week when we didn't record was kind of make this wish list of guests and topics we want to cover in 2026. So we'll continue to work on that, and hopefully we'll be able to come out with some really fun and exciting episodes that you find interesting and helpful. And if you have any ideas, you can always DM us on Instagram at notfullyqualified or email us at notfullyqualified@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And where else can they find us?
You can find us on Spotify, iTunes,
Apple Podcasts.
And Apple, iTunes, Apple Podcasts.
Do they still have iTunes?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think they call it Apple Music now.
All right, Apple Music. You can find us on Apple's Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram.
Yep. And
so holla at us there.
And if you enjoyed it, please like, review, and subscribe, and share with a friend who might find it interesting. And thanks for tuning in to the 18th episode of Not Fully Qualified. We're almost in the 20s. where none of us really know what we're doing, but we're doing it together.
Woo!
So happy holidays and happy new year. We'll see you in 2026.
Plur.